Mr. Lucas. Don't sue me, please.
I didn't even notice a thing.
Let's keep it that way. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on? This is Ben from Real Ones. We're outside at Reggie's Rock Club doing some more concert interviews here with Tri Nohbi after he just finished up his set opening up for Jordan Ward. This shit was a movie, man. I mean, this was sold out all the way through, barely even got in the building, you know, so really glad to be here. I'm sure you feel the same. You know?
Oh, absolutely, bro. I'm happy to be in the building, happy to be supporting my brother, you know what I'm saying?
Tell me a little bit about how y'all know each other.
Man, we met at No ID's birthday party about 6 years ago. Yeah, so it's an amazing story how I know him, and that's my brother. I've been watching him grind the whole time. Full circle moment, I was able to come out and rock the show, open up for him and support him in any way I could.
Yeah. I feel like you've been back and forth a little Chicago and LA, if I'm wrong.
Very much so. You know, I can't leave the city, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's what raised me, is what I'm accustomed to. LA is his own beast, but I'm back and forth, man. I'm so ingratiated in the Chicago community, and I love so many people in it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to always be a part of it and be around it.
On that note, you know, your former name was Ova East Meech, you know, a tribute to even, you know, growing up in Chicago and all that. So tell me a little bit about how you switched to Tri Nohbi and, like, what is the significance of that name, too?
So, yeah, I used to go by Ova East Meech. I thought that was a chapter of my life, and I chronicled it, and I think I was still developing during that time.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I know who I am and I know what I like. So Tri Nohbi is like a derivative of my name. So my name's Demetrius. So
Okay,
I just took the Tri out, right? It's an old college thing. But then Nohbi is my love for sci-fi films. So Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Please don't feel me, Mr. Lucas. Don't sue me, please. You feel me? But I
think
it.
I didn't even notice a thing. Like,
Let's keep it that way. You know what I'm saying? Edit it out. You know what I'm saying? But it comes, No ID is called Yoda. They call him, his nickname is Yoda. That's what we call him. So, and I'm the first artist that he kind of found on social media for the first time when he was at Capitol. So I feel like I'm his Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
man, that goes way back. Yo.
Right. It's a while. But yeah, it's a culmination of everything that I love in my life and art at this point in my time. And I just feel like it's fresh. It's like a pen name. I always wanted a pen name that used a little bit of my actual name. I feel like I finally arrived to like an identity that I love and I'm embracing it. Absolutely.
That's all we can ask for, you know, especially if you're gonna be out there, you know, being an artist, even like you better be confident in the persona you're putting out and shit. So I mean, you've been in the game a while, right? What are some of the lessons you've learned from generally being in music, you know?
Man, believe in yourself even when other people don't. You're gonna face that a lot. In any creative field, to be totally honest, right? Like, if you have a vision, that means you see it before anybody else sees it, right? So you gotta execute, go through it. People will come along the way that want to help you and they see it, you know what I'm saying? But everybody won't.
That's very,
that's one of my biggest things that I try to understand about being in the music industry. Like, everybody wants to support you, but it's okay. You'll find the people that love what you do. Follow that and then you'll end up exactly where you need to be.
Feels like at some points, even while I've been doing the show, it's like people are gonna find out about you and like recognize your work when they find out. You know, and it's not necessarily in your control. You just gotta keep grinding.
Be consistent, right? And people gotta see you
keep showing up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That's how human beings are. You know what I'm saying? So you keep showing up. People gravitate toward you, and it becomes undeniable.
Yeah. You're starting off 2023 real hot. Like, dropped an LP, and then you got an EP coming out on the 16th. So I was able to get an early listen to the project, and I liked how it wasn't cut up into tracks. Also, like, I got the WAV file all the way through, and it was.
That's typically how we make music. For DSPs, we gotta chop it up.
Of course, but it felt very cohesive the way you put in the radio interludes and all of that, and. Man, I mean, what you're doing vocally and with some of these harmonies, you know, your chain is fantastic.
I appreciate it.
There's a lot of love and care into that. So, who's been inspiring to you as you've like created this new music?
Man, I've been into a lot of I listen to a lot of underground, surprisingly enough. Like, I think there's always
we're almost bordering on like club, I would think.
Yeah, well. Ruck, who makes a majority of my production, like between my homie Mike and Ruck, who makes a lot of my production. Well, Ruck traveled the world with Dilla about like 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So you can see a little bit of that in his art style, but it's unique on its own because it's from like the Bay Area, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we have these bouncing things. I still merge the soulfulness of like a Chicago, right? So it's a myriad of those two things. Vocally, you know, I look up to the greats. You feel me? Like I look up to the Jay-Z's, the J. Cole's, the Kendricks. Like I know that's cliche because they are the most dominant people that doing it, but it's like if you look at what they do artistically, it's a lot of things you can pull from it, right? So I'm trying to tell better stories. I want to be a better songwriter. And those aren't people that I deem do that.
It's like you can look up to them without imitating. You know, take parts of what they do and apply it to your own stuff.
Exactly. And like, you know, I don't want to beat them. I don't want to have their sound. I want to be unique in my own right. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely see them as like it's things that they do. I'm like, okay, this is ill, right? Like Hov is really good at songwriting. Like, you tell a story like no other. You know? So things like that. Those are like my inspirations for sure.
Is there a track that you're most proud of?
Any?
Yeah, just of what you have out.
Ooh, Smooth Operator. It's probably like my favorite song that I personally made. Deep In is very close to my heart. Between one of those two, the art I'm probably the most proud of. The stories that I told them, those are like my favorite.
For those who haven't listened and, you know, maybe should, what are those songs about and like, what kind of place were you in creating them?
Deep In, when I made Deep In, I was stuck. I think artists get to this point where we want to feel progress, right? Any creative wants to feel progress. And I woke up one day and I didn't have progress. I didn't feel like I made progress. Even though you're always constantly making progress, I just didn't feel it, right? And so on that song, there's a bar that I say, man, I'm like, my biggest fear is that I'll make $1 million and my mama not allowed to see the vision. My mama not around to see the vision. And that's like one of the things that motivate me. Is one of my deepest fears, you know what I'm saying? Because especially if you don't feel any progress, like, yo, we're trying to press the issue, right? And, you know, some of this is finite, you know what I'm saying? And so you want to be successful as fast as you can, but it don't necessarily work like that, right? So Deep In's about that. Smooth Operator. I think I was going through a stage in my life where I was dealing with friendships and relationships with people who were becoming disjointed in the pursuit of what I was doing. I started to feel like the villain. Even though maybe I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So maybe like she says I'm a smooth operator, you know what I'm saying? And it's also a rebuttal to Sade's. If you listen to Sade's Smooth Operator and you listen to my song right after, I'm directly talking to what she's saying. When she says Chicago to LA, like that's literally me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm literally responding to everything. And I'm like, wait. You talking about I'm a smooth operator, but you did this. You know what I'm saying? So it's a direct retaliation. I love Sade. I love that song.
Of course.
You know, it's no distance.
You're not trying to start beef with okay. Just to clear it up.
It's just the artistic rebuttal.
Last question would be, who's an artist, you know, that people you feel like aren't paying enough attention to, that deserves more?
Artists that people aren't paying enough attention to. I have about 3. Right? I think it's my homie Mello, because I think he's...
Is that MF and Mello?
MF and Mello, part of Pivot Gang. I think people need to look out for him. Jordan Ward, obviously. I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe he was probably the next superstar on the making. And I would definitely say it's this artist named OG who has like the voice of...
Wait, OGI?
OGI, yeah.
We went to school together.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why she did tell me she went to Northwestern. That's one of the homies. Yo,
I don't even know if I told you I went there.
No, you didn't. No. But she has one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard. You know what I'm saying? So
and no ID, right?
Exactly. So that's part of the family. So those are the artists that I love what they're doing. I love how they're moving. And they just talented as all. You know.
Anything else you want to add?
Hey man, cop. I thought we were having fun, but then also cop that new EP. I guess it comes out May 16th. Appreciate y'all.
I thought we were having fun. Is I guess not a response to that then?
Yes, it's the deluxe, so it's the extenuation of it, right? The album is I thought we were having fun, and then the 5 tracks were 5 tracks that we thought should have been on the project that didn't fit with what we were doing with that particular thing, but it's a great rebuttal and it's a great response to it for sure.
You guys got to look at the Tri Nohbi canon, you know, see how everything relates to one another.
Art, man.
Playing chess, not checkers, okay?
Talk to him, Dan. Talk to him.
This is Tri Nohbi, this is Ben Moskow, and this is Real Ones. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace out.